All right, let's talk about a football bet that on the surface seems incredibly simple, the total goals even slash odd market. But as we're about to find out, there's a sneaky statistical quirk hiding in plain sight that changes everything. So you look at this and you think, easy, right? You've got two options, even or odd. It feels like a perfect coin flip, a 50-50 shot. Well, that's the big misconception, and it's exactly what we're here to break down.
I mean, the logic makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Every single football match has to end with a total goal count that's either even or odd. There's no other possibility. So mathematically, you'd think it has to be a 50-50 split. But here's the thing. Football isn't random.
And this is where it gets really fascinating. We need to stop guessing and actually look at what happens in thousands and thousands of real-world matches. What does the cold, hard data tell us? And there it is. The data is crystal clear. Even total goals happen just a little bit more often than odd totals. Now, it's not a massive difference, but it's consistent and it's real. It is not a 50-50 bet. So the million-dollar question is, why? And this slide lays it out perfectly. Just think about the most common results you see every weekend. A tight 1-1 draw, a solid 2-0 win, or even a goalless 0-0 snoozer. All of them add up to an even number. These frequent scores naturally skew the results, tipping the scales in favor of even.
Okay, so we know even has that slight edge. But how risky is this bet in the grand scheme of things? Compared to all the other options out there? Understanding this is absolutely crucial.
Now, this chart is awesome because it gives us the whole landscape. Just look at where total goals even odd is sitting, smack dab in the middle. It's way riskier than a broad bet like over 1.5 goals, but it's also a whole lot safer than trying to nail the exact final score. So what gives? Why is it stuck in this weird middle ground? This right here is the whole story in 5 words. Because unlike a lot of other bets, the entire outcome can be completely turned on its head by one single moment, often in the last few seconds of the match.
So let's really get into the nitty-gritty of what makes this bet so volatile. It's not about which team is better, it's about the incredibly specific final goal tally, which makes it just so fragile.
Just picture this scenario, okay? The score is 1-1. Your even bet is looking golden. You're counting your winnings. But then a 90-second minute penalty is given. The striker steps up and scores. The final score is 2-1, an odd total. And just like that, your winning ticket is worthless. It flips in an instant. And that's because this bet is basically a magnet for chaos. A red card that changes the flow of the game, a last gasp penalty like we just talked about, or even one single sloppy defensive mistake can flip the total from even to odd or back again with zero warning.
So let's bring this all home. What are the key things you absolutely need to remember from all this when you see that even-odd market?
Here it is, the simple truth. Number 1, even has a small but real statistical advantage over odd. It just does. Number 2, if you're looking for bets that are a bit more stable, things like over 1.5 or under 3.5 goals are much more resistant to that late-game randomness. And third, remember its place in the world. It's a middle risk option, more of a gamble than a simple goal range, but less of a long shot than picking the exact score.
And that really brings us to the final thought here. Knowing this isn't a simple coin toss, knowing there are hidden patterns and some extreme volatility at play, how does that change the way you look at what seems like the simplest bet on the board?